Hi, beautiful sisters. Thank you so much for being here with me, sharing this sacred space. I wanted to come talk to you really quickly. We'll see how that goes. About a theme that I've picked up on and wanted to share in sacred space with you all. There is a theme for the past week or so regarding the feminine and the masculine. The unawakened masculine has been triggered by the voice of the feminine. As empowered, spiritually awake women embodying the divine feminine voice their opinions about various things, including their feelings, it has triggered the unawakened male. Or it's triggered the unawakened aspects within the male who is embodying the divine masculine now. So my question is, or questions are, where in your life have you noticed this exact dynamic? And when? Have you also been experiencing this dynamic recently, literally like the past week or so? Have you noticed it with a coworker, a neighbor, a friend or family member, maybe even your own child, your partner, a stranger, a complete stranger? Of course, this is an old dynamic, right? It is an ancient wound the feminine collective holds. Our ancestors were told to shut up, to be subservient, to listen and not speak, to not have opinions. Even women of royalty were treated like eye candy, arm jewelry, and objects for sexual pleasure and for reproduction, right? To have an heir to the throne. I am watching, or not, I actually typed this while I was watching it, but I literally just finished watching the musical fantasy Aladdin that was released last year, 2019. It was amazing. It was beautiful and I loved it. It felt like it was great to see my childhood, one of my favorite cartoons from my childhood, like in a movie format and with beautiful colors and beautiful acting. And you know, I love musicals and it was just so alive and festive and fun and magical and I really liked it. So I watched it, and Princess Jasmine's predicament and her feelings really triggered me. And also, like, you know, got me here in my heart. You know, she kept singing, "I won't be speechless." If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. She keeps singing. She sang towards like the beginning, and then at the end when she needed to stand up and speak up and stand up to Jafar, she, you know, sang that song about being speechless. Okay, so over the past week and a half, I have personally experienced men who did not like how I spoke or that I expressed my opinion, which differed from theirs, so it pissed them off because my opinion was not the same as theirs, and they wanted me to agree with them. I experienced men who did not like that I expressed my feelings and did not like that I made a decision that they personally didn't agree with. The man wanted me to agree with his decision instead of my own. So at first it was one male, then it was another in a more subtle way. And actually this was someone on my YouTube, by the way. Then it was another male. So then after that I was like, okay, so there's a theme going on, Trina. Pay attention. So I began to ponder on these experiences. And it wasn't hard to see the thread. You know, I wasn't aware that other women were experiencing this, however, until I spoke to some of my sisters today, literally today, Wednesday, the 15th, okay? So, spoke with them, and we had a lot of resonance and synchronicities, and shared our stories and our intuition on the whole topic, right? So personally, and some other women experienced and picked up on bully energy, men being bullies, condescending energy, denial, energy of competition, which is very masculine, right? And arrogance. I picked up on them wanting and thinking they are right. They're the ones who are right, and the woman is wrong, which is yet another old dynamic, correct? And of course from ego. And it's something that's not just between the masculine and the feminine, right? Two men could be in that dynamic, two women, but especially in the masculine feminine dynamic, usually the man perceives himself as always being right and the woman is wrong, and she needs to listen to him, right? Okay, moving along. Also, I picked up on that the man knows what he's talking about and the woman doesn't. She doesn't know what she's talking about at all, so she should just be quiet. She isn't saying it the right way, so be quiet. You should just be quiet, and the man should just berate you and disempower you. So all of the shadow was being exposed around communication, for one, right? So women communicating, men not liking it, and the way men communicate with women. Well, knowing that Mercury rules communication, I wanted to check on some astrological readings for this week. So I wanted to ask you if you know about the Twin Flame Forecast by Cassidy Kane. Well, that is one of my go-tos. It's been for a while now. Wonderful person, very talented, channels messages from spirit while using that also with astrology. So this week Cassidy channeled information, okay, as I mentioned, and she does it for the Twin Flame Collective, but this is still important even if you do not consider yourself a twin flame, okay? Just give me a second here. So she wrote on her blog, "We're being pushed to release old unconscious fears and perceived limits so we can rise into the true light we're here for. As the Sun and Mercury flank Pluto and Saturn's epic defining conjunction, there's a deep transformation of identity and communication going on. It can be challenging, but the universe pushes us to dismantle ego structures to open to the soul's true light." Okay? If your counterpart is unawakened, they're said to be rattled by the current energy influx. And don't forget, we had an eclipse not too long ago. They may act out, as ego tends to do when threatened, but you can help them open to their highest self with powerful results. This powerful Saturn-Pluto conjunction is working to open to a complete game changer for the planet, society, and us as individuals. Lightworkers are being powerfully prodded into action, the mission activating for twin flames, and that means if the counterparts haven't already done their inner work, the old density may come out suddenly. There'll be real life challenges orchestrated by the soul. It's going to be orchestrated to show up and push the unawakened person into releasing past modes of being. Okay, so when she said, this, she mentioned that we, the awakened female, the awakened person, can help the other who's being triggered. What she means by this are energy tools. Clearing your energy, clearing away bonds, contracts, cutting and clearing away negative cords. Even using energy tools and tactics to clear whatever is charged, the energy charge, the emotional charge between you and the individual you are experiencing a dynamic with, okay? So what will be very helpful this week, and maybe the following week, who knows, as always though, is to practice self-love, okay? Loving yourself, taking care of yourself, giving yourself more patience, more compassion. This helps us to also show compassion to others. It doesn't mean to let someone bully you, to walk all over you, to try and disempower you, okay? Or degrade you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that self-love teaches us, when we give ourselves love, it helps us handle situations better and from a place of love instead of ego, okay? And to also have a different perspective on why a person is behaving the way that they are out of ego, correct? Not out of their heart. Okay? Also, consider stepping back from people to give yourself an energy break, okay? It's always great to do that, to clear yourself and give yourself some quiet time. Lastly, I suggest keeping your focus on positive things and your intentions, because even though there are triggers popping up for you or others, don't let it distract you from your goals, okay? I know that I am giving you information on a twin flame forecast, okay? So that doesn't mean you have to be a twin flame or consider yourself one to receive this information. First of all, if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if it resonates and you're questioning yourself like, I don't feel like a twin flame, just hold on a second. Because see, this still has to do with the masculine and the feminine collective, as in, you know, all the women on the planet, all the masculine people on the planet, and all those before us, okay? The collective. So twin flames are basically like ambassadors. That's how I see it. They are human beings holding the energies incarnate in incarnated form and healing the wounds for the collective of women, for the collective of men. Okay, so the forecast is giving you sorry, the forecast is giving you insight into the dynamic between men and women on the planet right now, okay? And it's giving you insight into what twin flame code holders are picking up on, are feeling. We're completely aware of it. Just as I'm giving you the information, it's because I'm aware of it instead of being unaware and acting it out. Like I'm picking it up and I'm seeing it, and it's my duty to clear it. It's my duty to transmute it, to recognize it, to heal it within myself and with those around me. Okay? So another thing I want to share is that apparently it's good news that Mercury is moving out of Capricorn and into Aquarius, January 16th, which is tomorrow, Thursday. I don't know when I'll get this video up. Hopefully I'll get it up tonight on YouTube, so I can still say tomorrow, but tomorrow isn't 30 minutes because it's 11:26 p.m. right now. So anyways, Mercury is moving out of Capricorn though into Aquarius, so we might see a different dynamic after this. And Aquarian energy is flowy, it's lighter, it's free, it's way more free. It's air. Aquarian energy is air. So this will definitely feel lighter, and should feel lighter for you if you're very sensitive to energy, because Capricorn is earth. It's solid, it's firm. Cassidy wrote, you'll still feel a pull to be sensible, but will realize there's more than one way of being grounded and productive. It's a balancing act. Explore, experiment. You'll soon get it right. She kills me sometimes when she's so like cryptic, but whatever she meant, I wish us all the best in that area. I wanted to make this short video to encourage you guys, my fellow sisters, okay? My fellow divine feminine code holders, okay? Not to feel guilty or shame for having an opinion, for expressing your feelings, for expressing in general. If you're expressing and doing it with no harm and no intention to harm, we all have the right to express, right? But obviously, there's balance. You know, our actions, our thoughts, our speech should reflect love and do no harm, right? But we still have the right to express. So don't feel guilty or shame for having an opinion or expressing your feelings, even if they're not positive feelings, because we're not, we are human and we are experiencing all kinds of emotions. So frustration and anger and jealousy, whatever, it's all valid. It's okay to acknowledge your feelings, and it's okay to express it, and it is okay to tell someone that what they're doing is not okay. If they're treating you a certain way, it's okay to speak up and say, hey, I don't appreciate you treating me that way. I don't appreciate you talking to me that way. If you are offended about something or have a problem with me, come talk to me, but you don't need to belittle me. Don't feel like you have to tiptoe, and don't be scared that you're going to upset people. You have to stand in your power and know that you deserve to have an opinion. You deserve to express your feelings. Like, what the hell? Of course you are, right? So don't feel bad for standing in your power. I know that feeling guilt can come easily, because it's been programmed for so long within our lineages, right? But as you feel that come up, along with other energies, just clear it. Just clear it. Take that 1-2 minutes and say, hey, I acknowledge this feeling I'm having right now, and I clear it across all time, space, dimensions, realities, galaxies, and universes. And so it is. I release it right now. If you continue to experience this dynamic, clear it. If you experience any other dynamic of the old, clear it. I know we can't do the inner work. We cannot do the inner work for someone else. We cannot do the inner work for the masculine, okay? But we can help them with their journey. We can, by relieving the energy charge on our end, the emotional charge, by us withdrawing from the dynamic and stop playing in it. Stop playing in the old dynamic, okay? Clear it on your end. We're here to heal these old wounds. We don't have to play that part anymore. The masculine is healing, and the masculine will rise as we continue to rise and heal. So remember that, my beloved sisters, my beloved warrior sisters and healers. Just remember all your tools. And this video may seem like this week has been dramatic, and it actually hasn't for me. It's been actually really, really great, and I've been so focused on creating content for people. But in the background, I had some stuff happen last week and then this week, and I was like, you know what? I just felt inspired. I was like, I'm gonna speak about this. I'm gonna do a quick video, and that's what I did. So I hope that this reaches to those that need to hear it and that resonate with it, and I hope it gives you a little reminder, inspires you, and helps you to see that you are not alone and you have sacred space. You have sacred space here with me and with all fellow sisters around the world. Namaste, mitakwe oyasin, aloha nui.